This is an overview of some of the upgrades that I've made to my Anet-A8. The first upgrade that seems really important is a new fan duct. This is the one that I found the best. It blows from both sides of the nozzle. Shouldn't cool the nozzle too much, but gets quite a good airflow. And it's as good as the circular nozzles try to be, but this one seems to work. Once you've done that, the next best thing to upgrade is the sensor for the Z-axis. I used an optical sensor. You can use a magnetic sensor as well, but these limit switches are fine for the other two axes where the precision doesn't matter, but on the Z-axis you need something that's repeatable, and the standard ones really don't do that. After that, you're a little bit more free with the order that you can do things in. I've made this filament guide, and I'm running the filament through a piece of PTFE tube. That seems to reduce the drag a bit, and it also helps to avoid the spool unwinding too much. I'm using a Raspberry Pi to run Octoprint, but that's completely optional. Doesn't really change anything, and it was quite a while before I did that upgrade. For these linear rods, I'm using this little clamp that I made rather than the old clamp that wear over the front. I find this stops the bearings rattling quite as much. I've got a tensioner for the belt here. If you make this tensioner, it's really important that you build some sort of brace. Along with that brace, I made these clamps that I used to fix the printer down onto the table. I made this to clamp it down, which you could use if you didn't have a brace that fitted quite like this. On this side, I didn't bother using it. And at the back, this is the brace that I've used. It mounts the whole weight of the motor and the tension onto these threaded rods. There's no stress on the back plate at all, but there are mounting holes so the back plate can be attached. I've changed the power wiring, but this is all a bit of a bodge. I've insulated the hotbed. I'm not sure how useful that really is, but it helps a little bit. And I've replaced, it's probably hard to see, the belt holder with a new design. For the X-axis, I've not bothered to change anything. I got good enough tension by hand, didn't need to make a tensioner. I've removed the fan from the extruder and moved it to above the extruder, also using a different type of fan. I actually broke the original one. And I've also printed, just in here, a filament guide, which means that I can use flexible filament without any trouble. Putting that guide in also makes feeding new filament easy. On the power supply side, a little cover at the bottom, a little voltmeter with a holder that doesn't really fit, MOSFET on a little bodge holder, and I think that's about it. No dodgy holders for these rods. They're fine as they are. They can wobble about. But these are the types of upgrades that you should be thinking about making very first, as soon as you start printing with one of these printers.